Morning everybody, Fat Steve, Spice Edge Media. It's Sunday the 21st of September. It's about 8:44. I'm going to try and get this video out for 12 today. It might be a little bit late, but in this video I'm going to explain what happened last week, the issues that Dawn and me are having, why they're happening, what happened. I can do that because I've not been charged with any crime, so it's not sub judice. We've got a mandatory tram just passing you at the moment, folks. It's got that sun behind it. So as I come down here towards the lower prom, I've just passed Dasher's Hotel. Let's flick back and have a look. There's something going on. There's a huge flag. I don't know what. And the coaches were last week, so I don't know what's on today. We're having a little look. The road looks, can't tell if they're just parked or what. There's marshals here for some reason, but I can't see what it says. There we've got the Metropole in the distance, folks, as we come down. And it's looking like a rally of Fords, folks, of some sort. So I say that sun is really up high in the sky to my left. Tide looks to be on its way in. It's very cold, but it's quite pleasant. I'll have a quick little look at some of these cars all lit up in his engine compartment. Yeah, it's some sort of Ford rally by the look of it. They're all starting to gather. It's only just gone 8:30, I think. So there's quite a few. Not my thing normally. Interesting. So we should have the tower coming in shot just behind me. Up there as I approach the North Pier. So there's lots of fencing here ready for some event. I don't know if that's this event. So there's the North Pier, all quiet yet this morning. And what's this? A few more cars here. Don't know if they're part of that event or not. So I'm dropping down now onto the lower prom. Got the South Pier there in the distance. Let's just zoom a little bit. Catch you a bit of that, folks, as I follow along the beach. And we come to the North Pier. Lovely, folks, lovely. So let's get you the beach house and the tower there, folks. That's on maximum zoom. So let's just pull back and head down. I'm on the little scoots because the big scoot's not here, which will become explained afterwards. And it looks like the fences are, well, the chains are not on here, so I should be able to go down, and hopefully the chains won't be on at the other end, which is what tends to happen. Just come that way and get the beach house and the tower instead of this child, and we're down. So it's quite quiet, not a lot of people about. As I said, it's very early yet, and it's Sunday, so most people are having a lie in. So I've had probably 8 to 10 days away travelling. There's lots of videos uploaded for you. I visited Liverpool and stayed in the Tune. A night in the Adelphi, which hasn't been shown yet. Maybe one other where I came back home for a bit. We've got the tower there, but we've got that sun really bright to my right. So when I get down here and head back this way, I should be able to get the tower a bit better for you. So here we've got the first ramp to the left, which goes up just on the south side of the tower. The lollipops in the distance gently moving in the subtle breeze because it's not very windy yet. That beach is looking quite rippled. A few people over there. Got the central pier with its big wheel in the middle. When I get a bit nearer, I'll do a close-up of that for you. Oh, we've got a seagull here. Is he going to fly? You know, but you probably can't see it yet. There he is. It's only a baby. And he's off down the steps, folks. So I said, as I've just passed the lifeboat house now, when I turn up there it's going to be very sunny, shining in my face and shining in the camera. Got two bigger seagulls here. I'll swap hands because I forgot I can film with my right hand on this scooter. So they're moving about nervously. Hello. Are you going to say hello? How are you doing? Have you emptied any bins yet today? So that's a zoom onto the beach. I'll just come round to the big wheel. So the length of the central pier there.
You've got mail.
Try and get these seagulls again. Hiya. What's to do? It's a bit cold. So, as I say, you get blinded by that sun. I'm holding it low to try for you. There we've got the lifeboat house with the tower behind it. I'm going to head down and have a look at the courts for you, because I'm not in Blackpool that often lately. I'm in a nice steady 8-mile-an-hour mode on the promenade as I'm approaching the central pier. Collection box there for the RNLI to help them fund escorting the migrants, the illegal migrants, the boat people that most people in Britain have had enough of, and it's time the government did something about it. Do you know this one in, one out? I keep seeing it on the telly. I think there's 3 now under this one in, one out deal with France. I think they've sent 3 back. In the meantime, there's 800 to 1,000 coming nearly every day. Absolutely futile for and their attempts to deal with this issue. Absolutely futile, folks. We are the illegal migrants. Resistance is futile. We will come to your country and take over with the help of your government. Good God, look at that, folks. Completely flattened. Completely gone. Still a few bits of machinery there. Can I get up the street? No, I've got to go on the pavement. So I'm just behind, oh, Pete's at Happy Days Amusements. I'm on Bonnie Street. I'm on the pavement. It's a bit bumpy. I said it's very crisp this morning. Can I get through there just about? Madame Tussauds back door here. Ooh. Skip full of shite. With a seagull. Hiya. Are you okay? Are you speaking? Eh? Trudging through that shite. So this is all well gone now, folks. There's the footbridge, which comes to an abrupt end now. That'll probably be 20 or 30 years before they have enough money to knock it down, or until they remember it's still there. So we've got somebody that's coming now. I'll have to wait a moment. We've got the former Bonnie Street Market over there now, which is still part of this compound and fenced off. So even from there I can't get a better view. I'm coming up now towards Coral Island. I've had an amnesty with Coral Island and filming it after quite a long, nearly a year's discussions since I was attacked by Karen, accosted rather. Karen the camera grabber. So let's try and get across here. I'm going to head round past Mackey's and Shoes Road and see if there's any parasites sat on the tap. We've got the Castle Hotel and the subway that nobody knows about because it's so rare I film it. It's just set back in a position where you can't see it if you're coming from town. So there we've got a lovely shot of that tower with I think it was the old Marks and Spencer's building where McDonald's is. So it went and it flicked. That's unusual again. These are the problems that we get sometimes with the Osmo Pocket 3. I don't know why it did it. I don't know if I'm going to have to reset it, and I think I am, so I'm going to leave you there and be back in a minute. So I'm back. So I'm back in 4 miles an hour as I come down and cross at the front of Mackie D's. I say that sun's working against me this morning, I said before, but the shops here should shade me a bit from it. People in there, decent, honest, respectable people, spending the money in the town. Nobody sat directly begging at the front of McDonald's, which is good. When I mentioned the bridge, and I said it'd be 30 years and it's still there, there's an example of that. That one's still there from the skywalk they were trying to make down to the promenade 30, maybe 40 years ago. Poundland, they're closed. Nobody on the tap here. So that's good, folks. Nobody. As we look up, no rough sleepers. So I'm going to circumnavigate the tower and try and describe and show you what happened last week. Sorry, a few weeks ago now. When Dawn and me were filming on the prom. And I think that video is something like the end of an era. But that era should start again. Now it looks like they've added another dragon. I thought I'd seen on somebody's video that they'd added another dragon. I've got to squeeze through here to get across this crossing. Thank you. So not many trams about yet this morning. So there's two dragons there now. I don't know if it's something for Chinese New Year or what. I can't tell. Oh, I've got to be careful. Oh, with these weird ramps between the barriers. So there we've got a big green one. In a sort of castle. Oh, it's got a green light up mouth. Oh, look at that, if I can get to it. And this one is a sort of orange one. Christ, I nearly run into it then. So, I was saying about the video, Dawn and me were on the prom. We'd just come down there. The chains were up on the barrier behind me, and the chains were up on this one. So we came down here. Dawn was filming, I think. We were both narrating a little bit. And just squeeze through there. And as we got to here, I realised there was something wrong. Dawn had stopped speaking, and when I looked at the camera, it had malfunctioned and it had done something like that, I'm not sure. So we stopped filming. So carrying on from that, we turned, decided to nip into town and eat. So Dawn was discussing how the mirrors on the two-seater scooter had rusted, and the luggage rack at the back, and it wasn't quite 12 months old. Well, recently it had had new batteries, because the batteries had let us down within the 12 month, and the company, Green Power I think, had sent somebody out and replaced them, which was very good. And I'll get this little tower like here. I don't know if I can with that sun. The Blackpool side, the sun is really bright to my right and I can't see. I'll try and do a zoom. Try to keep it in the middle. I say I can't see. That sun's blinding me. And there's the tower and the comedy carpet. So, where were we? We headed up here. We decided we were going to go and get something to eat. That camera's malfunctioning again now. Just going to knock it off again and start again here. So continuing on, we come to the beach house. Lit up nice and bright this morning with that sun shining on it. Music playing early in the morning. It does breakfast today, but I can't afford it after the few days I've had away. Nice welcome from nice staff, the wedding chapel and the tourist information. So we came over here. Let's check this road, that's okay. And that sun's dead ahead now, unfortunately. And I'm not sure if we came this way or went through the next road. Yeah, I think we went through the next road because we was possibly heading towards Witherspoons. Well, we changed our mind about Witherspoons. Oh God, it's cold in this shade. I can't film in the sun and I'm too cold in the shade. So yeah, I was right. We came across the crossing up there, past Witherspoons, onto Burley Street. So we went up this bit of Burley Street, and as we come into, I'm not sure if this bit's Burley Street, that bit is ahead. So we came to here, folks. Just mind this man. Thank you. So as we're up here, I went in Joe Barlow's. And whilst I were in Joe Barlow's, my man Dawn went chatting to Affordable Mobiles and Kenny, the scooter man. You alright, man? And she was concerned about the rust, and she asked him if he would buy it, and which I thought was odd. So she was a bit strange in Joe Barlow's, but not completely like she goes sometimes. So we carried on here on the two-seater scoot, and I think we got somewhere about here, so you can see roughly where I am. You can see I'm in very wide angle, so I'm going to have to move a little bit. You can see roughly Robert's Butchers, Virgin Money, and what I want to do, let's have a look. No, we're more here, to be honest. So we've got a post there. It's very early in the morning and there's not many people here, but you will see some people heading across. And there's vehicles, so I just want to show you when these cars have gone. I'm in 8 mile an hour mode at the moment, and if I set off in 8 mile an hour, 1, 2, 3, after about 4 seconds I'm going to hit them windows, or I'm going to hit some people that were busy and in the street. This might sound strange, folks, but I'm trying to explain what happened. So I said we stopped about here. I'll turn that off. And I got off for a fag and left Dawn sat on the scoot. Now I can't film this well because of the sun, and I'm stood having a cig, and Dawn says something like, can I go for a ride, because I might sell the scooter. So I said, what's wrong? She said, well, it's gone rusty, and I've chatted to him and he'll buy it and we can get a new one. And I said, well, it's a bit daft, it's only a few bits of rust and that. And she said, I'm not sure what I want to do. I said, fine, it's okay, darling. It's our scooter, whatever you bought it originally, I give you half the money for it. Let me get out of this sun. So, she asked, you've all seen in videos in the past where I would take Dawn to the lower prom or the carpet at strange times when there's not many people about, and you've all watched Dawn drive the scooter a little bit. She sets off in 4 miles an hour, switches it to 8, sometimes switches it to 15. In Europe the scooters can do 15 miles an hour, but here in Britain they're limited to 4 and 8 miles an hour for mobility scooters, but the big scooter we had would do 15. So I've just shown you, let's get back, from here to there, I think took 4 seconds. So at 15 miles an hour it would take 2 seconds. So sat on the scoot, on the other scoot, remember. So I'm looking at Dawn here, and suddenly she says again, I want to go for a ride. I said, I'll take you down on the prom afterwards, don't worry, it's okay, I'm just having a fag. And then she says, well, I want to, and then suddenly I noticed I'd left the keys in, and she looked at me and smiled and reached for this guy. No humour now. She reached for the key. So I said, Dawn, please don't drive. I said, there's people everywhere. And she turned the key on, and all I could do was grab her shoulder. It moved a little bit. I knew that as soon as she pressed a little bit, turned a little bit harder on the throttle, so I had to pull her off. She hit the ground about there. There were people everywhere. She started screaming because she didn't know why I'd pulled her off, and nobody knew. So staff came out of the co-op and other people, a crowd of people gathered. Oh, he's just assaulted that woman, he's just dragged her off that scooter. And basically that's what happened. So she's on the floor shaking, as she would. She was shocked. I said I had no choice. It was a split-second decision aimed at protecting the public and protecting Dawn. I've tried to show you as best as I can. I've no anger towards Dawn, never have I. I just love her and try and care for her, but sometimes she has strange thoughts and does some strange things. So Dawn's on the floor, people are there, people are accusing me of hurting her. Everybody's cat joins in. A few people knew Dawn and knew what I'd done and why I'd done it, but I never said anything. I just sat here and waited for probably 45 minutes. The police come. Just across the road there, it's not zooming now, just across the road there, the CCTV. The police got the CCTV, and I was arrested, put in the van, quite civil. Another officer came with me to the police station in the van to make sure I wasn't ill. The officer that arrested me went home and got my breathing machine, my tablets and other equipment, and I was locked up, folks. And it was about 10 o'clock, and I went to see my they had a solicitor. I went in. She said, this doesn't look good. I said, what? She said, you just ripped the woman off the scooter. I said, yeah. She said, they'll probably remind you it's quite a violent assault. I said, yeah. She said, well, what are you going to say in an interview? I said, I'm going to tell them the truth. So she looked at me. I said, Dawn was going to drive it. She said, what do you mean? I said, it was in 15-mile-an-hour mode. I'd got off. I'd left the keys in accidentally. And if she'd have set off, she'd have hit that window or that wall, or killed people walking past, or could have hit one of them posts. I'm not sure the exact angle of where we were. And went to interview. I told what happened. They gave me lots and lots of questions. They showed me the video, and when I watched the video, I'll get over to these cameras and show you as best as I can. So there's the cameras. The zoom's not working, I don't think. And that camera pointing that way was looking directly at us. And when we watched it, you can see us talking, and then you see Dawn's hand move to the key. You see my hand try and grab the key, and then, as I said, all I could do was pull her off it. I couldn't reach the key, I couldn't stop it, it's too big, it's too heavy. And as I pulled her shoulder, I said, she came off, she hit the ground. It was an accident, and that happened to protect the public and protect Dawn. If you don't like that, or you don't believe me, so be it. Well, that's what happened, folks. It was no violent act. It was merely done to protect her. So, the officer that arrested me asked me to lock the scooter up while he took me in custody, told me it would be safe. When I got out of custody, they wouldn't say where it was. I later found it down the street at Kenny's, and Dawn had asked them to sell it, which I've no issue with. The only issue I've got is the officer assured me it would be safe. Well, it was Dawn's choice to want to sell it. The other issue I have is some of the staff in the co-op and members of the public allege that the officer dealing with it downloaded the video and played it, and some of them saw it, which is a breach of GDPR, I feel. But I've no malice at the officer, he just wanted to see it. But other people say they saw it as well, which could influence them as the point of view as to what happened, because the video does look bad, but I had a lawful excuse for what I did. There was nothing else I could do. She was in danger, other people were in danger. So that sun's been against us all morning. I'm going to go and have a Costa. It's Sunday. This should be out for 12 o'clock, folks. So for now, it's Pat Steve, Spice Edge Media, beautiful downtown Blackpool. Keep safe, everybody.